Hey guys, what's up? Today we've got the week 2 match against the Tennessee Toxicroaks, and as you can see, he's only got 5 Pokemon while I have 6, and the missing Pokemon on his team is actually Venusaur, but I'll explain in a little bit why he's only starting with 5. But let's talk about the teams that we've brought. I've brought Nidoking, Clefable, Gyarados, Emboar, Hippowdon, and Sigilyph, so not too different from my last week's team. The only difference is that I'm bringing Emboar and Hippowdon instead of who did I bring last time? I don't Magnezone, and I don't. Oh, Salamence. Salamence, didn't do really much last week, so I thought I'd put him away and give him a break, and let's bring Emboar because I think Emboar. I really thought Emboar was gonna be like my ticket to win it, so to say. He really checked a lot of his Pokemon, and I really needed to keep Emboar alive if I wanted to win this. Nidoking, always doing what he does best and breaking down walls and outspeeding, and yeah, so this Nidoking is Choice Scarf, and it did pretty well last week, so I thought I'd bring it back in. Sigilyph again, you know what it does. Hippowdon, bringing Hippowdon finally in as a good defensive wall, and I think he's going to be really good in this match, and Clefable as well. Clefable and Gyarados also do some pretty good work here. So you can see on his team, he's got the Tyranitar, which is also the Mega, Jellicent, Tauros, Gardevoir, Hitmontop, and then of course Venusaur, who is not here. But judging from his team, I can see that Gardevoir is going to be a bit of a threat. I know Gardevoir can be kind of annoying, so I want to make sure that I don't get too damaged from it. It can do a lot of damage, and after it sets up a few Calm Minds, if it's a Calm Mind set, then that's going to wreak a lot of havoc on my team. Hitmontop, going to be spinning some rocks away, so I got to make sure that I get rocks up and try and threaten that thing out. Tauros hits really hard, so I don't want to be I got to be careful what's in with Tauros, so I got to bring my my more frail Pokemon in later, and not when Tauros is around. Bring the Pokemon that can outspeed it, of course. Tyranitar, I'm not too worried about the Tyranitar. I've brought Emboar, and I've got my Nidoking and Hippowdon. Check it really. Actually, Gyarados, even maybe Clefable could perhaps check it. Not with Santa, but yeah. Gyarados, Nidoking, Emboar, and Hippowdon really check the Tyranitar, so I'm not too afraid of that. And Sigilyph can, of course, burn it. Jellicent, I think, will probably be the most annoying thing because it's going to be burning probably a few of my Pokemon, and Scald, Recover, and I don't know what else it learns after that. Shadow Ball, I'm sure. But I think Jellicent can really stop Nidoking from doing what it wants to do, so I think that's going to be bit of an issue. So that being said, I think we'll start the match, and I will explain why there's only 5 Pokemon on this team. This is actually our second attempt of doing the battle. The first attempt, I had just KO'd the Venusaur actually with Clefable, and then we got disconnected. So we decided to redo the match, and you can see us recreating it here. I managed to Thunder Wave the Jellicent, and he did burn my Clefable, and not that burning it really matters because I'm I think, was it Magic Guard? Yeah, Magic Guard. And so I don't really get any residual damage. But it does prevent me from getting any other status ailments like paralysis, for instance. I don't want to get paralyzed. And of course, Gyarados ended up getting burned, which wasn't a smart play of me. I don't know why I switched into a Jellicent with a Gyarados. Not a good play. Blue getting burned wasn't not that good actually. Not good at all, really. Essentially can't really do much after it's burnt. I mean, I've got Dragon Dance on it, but we'll see how that plays out. Not overall in an ideal situation. So I did manage to get an Earth Power off a Hitmontop, so that did quite a bit. And yeah, that was unfortunate for him because Hitmontop does not take an Earth Power very well. So I got him in the original battle. I got him to yellow with Hitmontop, and he was playing really well. He was making all the right switches, and he was really threatening a lot of my Pokemon out, and slowly doing some damage. And so it was a really tough battle at the start. Definitely had me on my feet, and it could have gone either way, I think. But taking out Venusaur, I think definitely was one of his main Pokemon that could really check my team, and letting it go down really put the battle in my favor. But as you can see here, he takes an Earth Power from Nidoking, and he eats that up pretty well. I mean, he's paralyzed still, but overall Jellicent is looking pretty damn fine right now. And so I get some Stealth Rocks with Betsy, and get some Sandstream up. So this was kind of annoying to recreate because I didn't want to do a lot of sand damage on his team. So, and like we're trying to communicate this over Reddit as well. So I think we did a pretty good job of actually recreating the battle. I don't think anything went wrong while trying to recreate it. Nobody got any crits, and he got the 2 burns that he was supposed to get right off the bat. So that was really nice. So I get some Stealth Rocks, and then I'm gonna set up some Stealth Rocks again. I think this is, yeah. So I set up Stealth Rocks, and I'll set up some Stealth Rocks again just so he can get the Hitmontop back up, so he can get Nido-King to yellow, because Nido-King took, I believe, a Giga Drain from, yeah, I think it was a Giga Drain, not a Sludge Bomb, a Giga Drain from a Venusaur, and that got him to just, I think it got him just a bit below yellow, around there, that kind of range. And Hitmontop's gonna take some rock damage, and I think I'll go for another rocks. And at this point, I think I've gotten intimidated twice. So Betsy, if I wanted to be like a huge jerk, there's nothing I could have really done. Betsy wouldn't have been able to do anything. So not that I want to be a huge jerk, but you know, whatever. Not that I could. So I switch into Nido-King so he can get that close combat off, and I believe it's one more turn. Either one more turn. He gets to yellow, and on turn 10 is when the battle finally begins. So thank goodness we actually got everything back to the way it was, and so it's like the battle, like the whole connection issue never really happened, and we just kind of continued our battle. We had a bit of a day in between just for scheduling and stuff, but so it was kind of interesting to like get back together and like reconvene later and continue the battle. So like I last left off with Clefable beating Venusaur, because Venusaur didn't have a lot of health left, and I managed to whittle it down. So Clefable was able to take it down with a Moonblast. So that was very fortunate for me, because I mean, Clefable does not want to be taking Sludge Bombs, and eats it up fairly well, but I don't want to be risking Sludge Bombs. So I managed to get a Moonblast. Oh no, actually rather he Moonblast me, because of course he's gonna outspeed. So I don't want that. So I'm gonna go for another Thunder Wave and slow down his Gardevoir, which is really good, because that, if I want, Emboar should be able to come in if he wants and outspeed mostly everything on his team at this point. So I go for a Moonblast now, and you're gonna see Gardevoir doesn't take that up very well. So I'm guessing he doesn't have a lot of special defense investments, or maybe I got like max damage or something. But he's gonna go for a Calm Mind, and I'm a little bit scared here, because I don't know, like, if he's got like a Resto Chesto set, which would be really unfortunate. You know, if he gets those Calm Minds and then gets rid of that paralysis, then I'd be in quite a bit of danger. But he goes for another Moonblast, and I don't eat that up well, because he gets a crit, and so that crit kind of sucked. But I mean, that's gonna happen if you stay in too long, and eventually those crits are coming. So I wasn't too upset about that. It was a bit unfortunate though, because I really like Clefable. Didn't want him to go down, but it happens. But in the end, you know, I think the important bit is that I managed to get rid of this Gardevoir. So maybe he wasn't expecting the crit, maybe it was a Resto Chesto set, and the fact that Clefable went down was kind of unexpected, so I was able to outspeed it. You know, I don't know. Maybe he was gonna go for no, he would have gone down either way. Never mind. So this thing comes in, and obviously I'm Scarf, so I don't really want to stay in, because I don't know what this thing wants to do. So I'm gonna go into Betsy, who can really take whatever this thing wants to do. Because, I mean, even if it's got like an Ice-type move, I should be able to eat that up fairly well, because I am fully defensive, and it's a Hippowdon. Not a lot of things break Hippowdon. So, he goes for a Crunch. It's Stab, why not? Go for it, right? And I believe there's a stat drop if he's lucky enough. Or, I think, does it flinch? No, I don't think it flinches. I can't remember right now. Anyways, he withdraws, and I figure he's going to change into Jellicent, because that thing really threatens Hippowdon, so I don't really want that thing around. I mean, I've got Rocks up too, so what I want to do is just get rid of it. So let's go for a Whirlwind and get some more rock damage off of Tyranitar. Not that it's going to be taking a lot, but I figure that's what was going to happen, so I figured I'd do that. And I figured he's not going to change. Again, he's not going to switch, so I thought, well, what the heck, let's go for an Earthquake. I mean, if he switches, I get some damage off Jellicent. If he goes for a Dragon Dance, I get some damage off Tyranitar. So, and I really need this I don't really need it out, because I do have checks for it, especially with Hippowdon being on the field. But if I want my Sigilyph to come in later, I need to get rid of this Tyranitar just so it doesn't take too much damage. So he's gonna go for another Crunch, and after one Dragon Dance, it does a little bit. Of course, it's gonna do a little bit more than I thought actually. But and then I think I eat that up pretty well. It's not gonna do not gonna do that a lot. And I managed to take the Tyranitar with Hippowdon. So I'm looking pretty good in this game. You know, Betsy is feeling pretty fine, and that Jellicent is back out. And you know, Betsy doesn't really want to have a one-on-one with Jellicent. So I'm just gonna get out of here because I feel like a Scald is coming up, and I don't want to be taking Scalds. So I figure, you know what? Who's already burned? Who wants to take a Scald? Blue. Blue would really like to take a Scald. Or really would, but he gets paralyzed, so that's kind of unfortunate. Worked pretty well for me because I can come in pretty safely. I don't have to take any Sandstorm damage or any like extra damage other than the burn. So Blue's looking pretty good here. So I figured, you know what? I can go for a Dragon Dance. You know, with a Dragon Dance, I might be able to I won't be able to negate the burn because the burn does quite a bit. But you know what? I'll be able to do a little bit more damage and possibly outspeed certain Pokemon and just get residual damage with Gyarados. At this point, he's kind of useless, and he gets another paralysis, which is really unfortunate because I don't know what he's gonna go for. I'm assuming a Scald, but you know what? If he had something else, like this Gyarados would have been done. And you know what? This Jellicent is kind of afraid and not doing a whole lot, so he gets out of here and brings out the Hitmontop, which sucks. I don't like getting intimidated. And he's got two Intimidators, actually. He's got the Tauros and the Hitmontop, and neither of that is cool with me. So, because I am burnt, I am intimidated. Like, I'm not going to do anything on this Hitmontop. Plus, not very effective Crunch. So, he's going to eat that really well. And I'm going to be taking burn damage, of course. And he's going to stay in, actually, because, a Waterfall really do whatever he wants. And I don't think he's going to go for a close combat because I think he wants to get rid of those rocks. He knows those rocks are hurting him. So I figured I'd go for a Waterfall, predicting that he'd go for a Rapid Spin, and I'd be like, yeah, you know what, go for the Rapid Spin. Rocks have already done its job. They've done quite a bit on his team, and so I'm okay with Rocks being cleared on the field because I just need to take down the Pokemon at this point. So he gets rid of Rocks, switches into Jellicent, and I'm gonna keep going for Waterfalls and just play it safe at this. With Gyarados, there's no reason to really risk too much. That still did quite a bit. So despite being not very effective and just burned, plain old burned. I don't have any more Dragon Dances up, so there's no real boost there. And I decided to go for a Crunch just to get some more damage off Jellicent. And to my surprise, actually, I take it down. I didn't think I would. I didn't think I don't think Gyarados would do that much damage, but. Gyarados just got some power, and I guess it's, Stab Crunch, super effective. I guess it's gonna take him down. But he's got the Derek Rose, and this thing will once again intimidate me, and I don't appreciate that. I do have speed, so I know it's not Scarfed. I'm pretty sure it's not Scarfed. I'm assuming it's not Scarf. I might still have speed, but yeah. He goes for the Earthquake, which, of course, is gonna take me down, and I figure he's got to be banded or something like that. He's done quite a bit of damage, or I don't know. I feel like he's choiced in some way. Maybe he was choice Scarf and I just outsped. But I figured, you know what? I can go for a Cosmic Power here and get some stat boost up here. So I go for a Cosmic Power, and I don't know. The fact that he switches into this thing, I don't know if it's a Death Fodder or maybe it's a knockoff or something. And I really don't want to be seeing knockoff at this point. So you know what? I think I'm just going to straight up take it down because I don't want to be taking too much risks, and I'm always afraid of those crits, those ever-prevailing crits. I don't want them happening just in case, so play a little bit safe, take it down, get the KO, and Derek Rose will finally come in towards the end of the match and intimidate me once again, and I'm -2 in attack, so that's okay, though. Gonna take a Wild Charge. I'm +1, though, and I get a yellow, so, it's not very nice. One more Wild Charge should take me down. But I figure I should burn it because that will make me live at least for one more turn, which I really need. So he gets burned, which is good. I've essentially won this match. I still have my Nidoking at this point, so if I really want, I could have just switched into Nidoking and gone for the win, but I wanted Sigilyph. I wanted to see if Sigilyph could take another Wild Charge, and he does actually. He takes it with a little bit of health left, but enough, and he lives just on 1, so yeah, the burn will take him down, and Sigilyph gets 2 KOs in this match. So late game Sigilyph is doing some mighty fine work this league, or this season, not this league. Well, I guess in this league. But yeah, so I think once he lost that Venusaur, the Venusaur was a pretty big Pokemon. I mean, it really checked my Hippowdon and my checked my Hippowdon, my Gyarados, and my Clefable really well. And I think the only Pokemon that I had could take it out would be Nidoking, Emboar, and Sigilyph. So Sigilyph really checked Venusaur. I don't think Venusaur could really do anything on it. So yeah, so I think Sigilyph, having Sigilyph around probably would have taken it out either way. But he played really well. He actually this was actually surprising. The first turn, I had my Nidoking and he had his Venusaur, and I went for a Flamethrower, and I can't remember what he did. I think he went for a Giga Drain or something like that, or a Sludge Bomb. No, not Sludge Bomb. Maybe Leech Seed or something. I don't remember. Anyways, I went for a Flamethrower, and got him to like just a bit below half, and then I think with lefties, he got back to green. But one more Flamethrower should have taken him out. I was certain. So I figured he was gonna save it and switch to someone else who could take a Flamethrower like Jellicent. And so I actually ended up switching, and lo and behold, he stayed in. So Venusaur, like he played really risky, because I thought he would have for sure played it safe and not risk getting another Flamethrower on Venusaur. So that would have really sucked. But yeah, he played really well. Ultimately, the Flamethrower damage did rack up, and Rocks I think also racked up, and Clefable, did paralyze the Venusaur. So at that point, it was essentially done. So I mean that worked out pretty well in my favor. Thunderwave, Clefable is doing pretty good. MVP though, I don't know who I would give the MVP to. I really like what Clefable did this match. Really just being annoying, and really just throwing status ailments and just healing up, and just doing a little bit of minimal damage. So essentially just crippling the speedier Pokemon and the threats, which is really, really important. Emboar didn't see the light of day, but I he could have done well, but I decided not to bring him in because there's really no point. Hippowdon I think played also really well. It only got a little bit of a battle time, but it took out the Tyranitar and got up those rocks and did some rock damage as well. Always important. And probably Nidoking, I'd say, is the MVP. And taking out, I believe, only one Pokemon with, who did he take out? Was it the Hitmontop? No. I don't think it was Hitmontop. I don't remember, actually. But Nidoking always put in the work. Getting rid of, doing a lot of damage on Hitmontop. So essentially getting rid of Hitmontop. I don't remember who you KO'd. I forget now. But Nidoking is really, like, quite a threat. It hits super hard, and it's taking down those walls and a lot of the bulkier Pokemon, and even the frailer Pokemon, and more than often will put the Pokemon in 2-hit KO range or 1-hit KO range after it takes a hit. So I'm really appreciating Nidoking and Sigilyph. So they're working pretty well with each other. So I thought it was a good game, and that's it, I guess. Next week we have our match against the Markarth Magikarps. So I'll be looking forward to battling Dragonite Spam, and I'll have to prepare for his team pretty well. He's got a pretty good team, including the Dragonite. So I gotta figure out. He's got that Dream Core of Dragonite, Registeel, and what else? Oh, Mega Gardevoir, of course, which I know is gonna be a huge problem. So I'm gonna need to figure out how to take care of that Mega Gardevoir, because that thing's gonna be annoying. But we'll figure it out. We'll find a way, and we'll see what we can do. Hopefully we snag another win. We've got 2 wins so far this season, so we're doing better already than last season. I mean, I think we only got like 2, maybe 3 wins last season. One of those wins was just a default because we were just giving wins away for one battle. Everybody got 1 win, I think, because somebody did something. But we're on a great start as opposed to last season where I got 6 out by Volcarona. So that's good to know. I think we're around the top of the leaderboards as of today is Saturday. I'm recording this on Saturday, and I checked last night, and I don't know if anyone else has done their battles, but I think I'm up there for sure. I mean, with 2 wins, I'm definitely up there. And in my division, I think I'm also up there, so that's very good. That's very good. We're starting the season strong, and I guess this means that we drafted some Pokemon. I might have to get rid of some drafts, drop some Pokemon, do some trades. I definitely know who I'm gonna keep. I'm not getting rid of my star players. Definitely keeping Sigilyph. Definitely keeping Nidoking and Clefable and Hippowdon, and of course Gyarados, because I don't think I can get rid of him. But he's even doing quite a bit. Overall, I'm happy with my draft, and seeing their bulkiness really prove beneficial. So on that note, I'll see you guys next week, and let's hope for a win. So bye guys.